Hi, my sweethearts. Wanted to read you another story today. This one's called The Kissing Hand. Can you tell what those are? Sometimes I see those in my yard. Those are raccoons. The Kissing Hand. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Oh, there he's crying. Have you ever seen a raccoon cry? I haven't either. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first, but you will love school once you start." And here's a squirrel coming to say hi, a bird. You'll make new friends and play with new toys. You'll read new books and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. Now, why do you think she said your nights at school? He goes to school at nighttime? Some of you girls might know that raccoons are nocturnal. Do you know what that means? They're mostly active at nighttime when everybody's sleeping. They come out at night and they sleep all day. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. A secret? What kind of secret? Oh, a very old secret, said Mrs. Raccoon. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand. The kissing hand? Asked Chester. What's that? I like all the animals that live in his neighborhood. He's holding his mommy's paw. What do you think the secret is? I'll show you. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand, up his arm, and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. There's his mommy kissing his hand. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now, she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you. And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now, do be careful not to lose it, she teased him. But don't worry. When you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick. Look at these pretty illustrations. You know what illustrations are? Good. Yeah, you're right. They're pictures. That's my favorite one. See this little animal peeking around the corner there? It's cute. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. Checking out his hand, and there he is at school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. Give me your hand, he told her. What do you think he's going to do? I think he might be right. Let's see what he does. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. There he is. That's like the cover, isn't it? Oh, you know what those are? What are these animals? They come out at night also. They're nocturnal. Those are possums. The whole word for that is opossum, but we usually just call them possums. I have some of those in my yard sometimes too. Now you have a kissing hand too, he told her. And with a gentle goodbye and an I love you, Chester turned and danced away. Here he goes. Off to school at nighttime. The moon looked like that last night, didn't it? Did you go out and see it? It was beautiful. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang out the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and she smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you, it sang. Chester loves you. There's a hoot owl. I could hear a hoot owl the other night outside my house. There they are. And there they are at school. Who does it look like is the teacher? No, I think it looks like the owl might be the teacher, don't you? All the animals looking at her to listen. Yes, I think it's her. I love you. Okay, give me your hand. Hold it out like this. Okay, I'm going to kiss it. Okay, so when you want to feel my love, just put it up to your cheek and know that I love you. Have a good night.